At this point, I would like to introduce this year's salutatorian. Our salutatorian, Mr. Alex McKinley Knapp, is the son of Derek and Jennifer Knapp. Alex has been on the high honor roll every quarter since the 9th grade. And he is graduating with, I thought you were going to give me a drum roll over here, a 96.6 cumulative GPA. Let's give that a hand, folks. Alex is very involved in every aspect of high school life. He is the president of the National Honor Society Key Club. He also participated in Model United Nations and won an Honorable Mention Award for his work in the International Court of Justice. In athletics, Alex was captain for both varsity soccer and basketball this past year. He won second team All-Star for soccer and Honorable Mention for All-Stars in basketball. He was a member of the boys varsity basketball team that became the first in school history to reach the state Final Four. We've got proof, there's a banner hanging up there, Final Four. Next year, Alex will be attending Clarkson University to pursue a degree in finance. Please help me welcome to the podium the salutatorian of the class of 2016, Alexander Knapp.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming today. This is a huge day for all of us, and I'm sure I'm not alone in saying that this is a huge accomplishment. Now, a lot of people have been coming up to me and asking if I'm nervous to make the speech today, and my answer is always the same: no, not at all. You might be wondering why I'm not nervous to speak in front of hundreds of people, but the answer makes a lot of sense. The way I see it, the guest speaker is kind of like the main event, and Sarah, our valedictorian, is kind of like the co-headliner. Using this analogy, I'm pretty much just the opening band. None of you really came here to see me, so the expectations aren't that low. This is more of a chance for you to go grab a snack or run to the bathroom rather than listen to me talk. I'm also a lot like the opening band because the expectations are so low that as long as I just don't sound awful, most of you will leave here going, wow, that was a lot better than I expected. Kidding aside, I honestly cannot believe that all of us here are graduating high school and moving on to the next chapter of our lives. I look around and I just think to myself, we're nowhere near ready to be adults. To be completely honest, a lot of us are barely mature enough to be in high school at all. All of us, myself included, have a very long way to go before we are ready to be adults. It's really scary thinking that all of us here who had to ask permission to use the bathroom 2 weeks ago are going to be leaving home and living on our own in 2 months. If that doesn't scare all the parents in the audience, I don't know what will. Thinking about this huge change in our lives has really made me realize all the things that are going to be different next year. First of all, we really need to learn that the teachers in college aren't going to care about us the same way that they did here in Osceola Valley. These last 4 years of our lives are the easy part. We talk about how hard school is and how stressful it is, but high school is kind of like the free demo for a video game. The paid version is a lot harder. We're about to get hit in the face with a whole bunch of reality. Long lost will be the days where if you miss a couple assignments, the teacher will call you over and tell you what you missed, hand you your work. And you know, if you keep forgetting, they'll email you your parents to let them know that you got a little bit behind. Next year, we don't get that. The professor will just plop a big F on your transcript and smile while he or she does it. In high school, our teachers really took the time to get to know us well. I mean, if I went to school one day and I was in kind of a bad mood, every single one of my teachers would notice because they just really got to know me. Next year, when we're sitting in lecture halls with 200 plus students, the teachers probably won't even know our names. They'll just know us as student 8675309 with a 2.7 in Intro to Psychology. The teachers out of Sable Valley genuinely care about their students, especially this one math teacher who has always been great to me. She lets me drive her car. She makes me dinner. She even gives me cash when I ask for it. I really do owe Mrs. Vincent a huge thank you for all of this. A lot of us also need to better understand sensitivity. We've all grown up knowing everyone in our class, but next year we probably won't even get to know half the people. I suggest to you, next year in college, don't be overly sensitive. Because of this, we might need to change the way we react to others. For example, if you don't know, my friends and I are pretty much awful to each other. We have said some things that if I repeated right now, Mr. Perez would have to tackle me off the stage and apologize to every single person in this audience personally. I personally have been the butt of quite a few jokes, and one of these in particular has been running since about 8th grade. Some friends and I were at Kyle Hart's birthday party at Pizza Hut in Vermont. You guys know where it's going, right? And I really don't remember why, but they all started saying I was fat. They weren't wrong, and they still aren't, but that's beside the point. For any of you who don't know, for the yearbook, I was voted most well-rounded. A lot of people voted for me for this because I'm salutatorian, I play basketball and soccer, I'm in a lot of clubs around school, but my friends voted for me for this because I'm very well-rounded. For any of you out there worried that I'm being bullied, trust me, this is just how we normally treat each other. Now, if I had been way more sensitive, I could have let these jokes bother me. But instead, I just took the jokes and made some of my own back. If I had let these jokes really bother me, I probably would have found a new group of friends, and I would have missed out on being close with some of the worst yet best people I've ever met. But if they ever did want to stop making those jokes, I wouldn't be against it. I really think that this is a great lesson for everyone, because if someone is joking around with you, it's not because they want to hurt you, it's probably just because they think of you as a friend, and they know that you'll be able to take it in stride. Now, I think that the hardest change for everyone will be not having our parents around next year. I am literally so far away from being able to do anything on my own. My mom can ask me to put a load of laundry in, and I have to ask, what button starts it again? And then she says in a very disappointed voice, the button with the word start on it. Then that little cartoon light bulb pops up above my head. Oh, that's why it says start, I exclaim. I'm also terrified of what my dorm room will look like without my parents there to tell me to clean it. I'm sure some of you understand my pain. My roommate will have to learn how to navigate around the Mount Everest of dirty laundry, and to whomever that is, I would like to apologize in advance. The scariest part of going away to college is that I might never see my family again. My mom was valedictorian back in the 60s. My sister was valedictorian when she graduated. And so if my younger sister Kate is valedictorian her year, I'm probably gonna get shunned by my entire family. Because if you ain't first, you're last. Sarah, I really wish you could have taken it easy for a semester or two. Kidding aside, I'm sure everyone else understands how amazing their parents are, and honestly, we're going to be lost without them. Now, I knew I wanted to end my speech by talking about my favorite memory from high school. I was having a really hard time coming up with this, until we went on our senior trip to Laurent up in Montreal. In high school, it always seems like there are little groups and cliques that people like to hang out in. But I can tell you that nothing can bring an entire bus together like singing along to Living on a Prayer and Mr. Brightside, even though most of the people are tone deaf. I really think that this moment perfectly encapsulates the class of 2016. So with that, I would like to say to everyone, good luck next year, and I will truly miss you.